Hello and welcome to the Motherhood is Ghetto podcast. My name is Joy and this is my very first episode. This is my very first time doing a podcast. So clap it up, send me good vibes, pray for me. But this first episode I'm just going to kind of let you guys know what Motherhood is Ghetto is, why it's decided to start this podcast, and how I hope that it could help some of us mothers out here, even if it's just a place where you can come to get like some comic relief. Like I think I'm funny. My husband don't think I'm funny, but I think I'm funny, so that's all that matters. But anyway, so I decided to start this podcast because for two main reasons. So the first reason is that of the obvious, motherhood is ghetto. Like we see all these images and stuff on social media where like it's like this perfect mother and she has the perfect routine and her kids are just everything is so organized. Like no, that's not real life. That's well, it's real life for some people, but for the majority of us mothers, like that is not how it goes down. So I just wanted to have a platform and a space where I can kind of just let go of some of these frustrations and stuff that I often battle with motherhood, because I think as mothers in general, we want to be as perfect as we can. We want to do things the right way because we have been tasked with the ultimate assignment of raising humans, like raising productive members of society, and making sure our kids don't grow up to be menaces to society, basically. And it's a big responsibility and a big task. So, of course, we want to do it perfect. We want to be perfect while we're doing it. But sometimes that's just not realistic. Like we fail, things don't go right. Everything's not perfect all the time. But I'm here to say, and this podcast is here to say that that's okay. Like, it's okay to not be perfect. It's okay if your kids see you not perfect. All that shit is okay. And for me, being a mother, well, I guess I should say I'm a mother. I'm a mother of a blended family. So I do have two stepchildren, and then I also have three biological children. And before anyone comes at me about saying the word stepchildren, stepmother, don't come for me because there's a reason for that. So, but we'll probably cover that in a different episode. But I am a mother of a blended family. I am a wife. I've been married to my husband for 12 years now. Our children range in age from 25 to 8. Yes, I think I have that right. So our oldest is about to turn 25, and we have an 18-year-old, and we have an 11-year-old, a 9-year-old, and an 8-year-old. So the joys of motherhood, parenthood, whatever you want to call it, it's all ghetto. But motherhood specifically is ghetto. So that is the reason number one why I wanted to start this podcast, just so we can have a safe place to talk about how ghetto motherhood is. And each episode will talk about different topics and stuff. And I do have an Instagram page set up, so I would like you guys to join. It is called Motherhood_is Ghetto. So find me on Instagram. I may create a Facebook community because there's some people who just refuse to use Instagram, and that's okay. So if the demand is there and the popularity is there, I'll probably make a community on Facebook. However, you can find me on Instagram. Follow the page. If you have any suggestions about episodes and stuff that are topics you want me to talk about, I'd be more than happy to. And just as a disclaimer too, I am in no way, shape, or form any type of professional or anything like that. I don't have any PhD or anything in parenting. I am just a regular woman, regular 36-year-old woman. I work in corporate America. I have a little side hustle. I sell head wraps on the side. And I'm just out here trying to share, my journey through motherhood and what I've been through, as being a mother. Now, the second reason why I wanted to start this podcast is because it's mainly for my kids. So I want them to know exactly who their mother is. And when I'm no longer here, I want them to know exactly who their mother was. As I got older and growing up, okay, so let me just start by saying this. So when I said before how, we want our kids to, think that everything is perfect, that we're perfect, I feel like when I was growing up, that's kind of like how my childhood was. So, my parents never let us know like that they struggled. Like when I was growing up, I thought that we were rich. Like I wholeheartedly thought we were rich. I thought that we were like rolling in money. And that was because, my parents never let us see the struggle side. We never knew that, bills were past due or, we had to, we were living paycheck to paycheck. Like that was a part of the life I didn't know about. And that's their choice, for not wanting to expose us to that. But for one, I don't want my kids to think that. Like, I don't want my kids to think that we're rich or we're, living in a deluxe apartment. None of that stuff. I want to be real with them, and I'm always going to be real with them. And I think too, when I first started, it's like motherhood is a job. But when I first became a mother, that was my instinct to kind of like shield them and make everything seem like it was perfect and that whatever they want, they got it. Like, you know what I mean? And at some point, I can't remember after what kid, but at some point I stopped doing that because I found that it was taking a toll on me. Like it was wearing me out. And then also too, I thought that it was just, it was painting the wrong narrative for my kids, because my kids, I want them to be able to enjoy life and, get the things that they want. But I also want them to understand that that's not always going to be the case. Unfortunately, life itself is real and it's raw and it's not always happy. It's not always you get what you want. So I want them to know and understand that. And I want them to know and understand me. I don't want them to ever question, who their mother was, or grow up and then find out I was somebody different than what I portrayed to them. And you would think that that isn't a thing, but I'm coming to find out as I get older, that's a thing. And even with my own parents, like I'm finding out that, things that I thought, were true of them is really not true. And it's not their fault. It's just something that I was never exposed to. So, but I just don't want that same experience for my children. I want them to know me, all of me. And like I said, when they listen back to these podcasts, if they choose to, they can, when they listen, they can say, yep, that was my mom. That's exactly how she was, all how we were growing up. This is her. And, and they don't look at it or listen to it. It's like, wow, she being fake. She wasn't ever like this. So, that's my goal. And too, I want my kids to know that I love them dearly, but raising them is ghetto. Or if they listen to this when they're older, like it was ghetto, y'all. Like it was really ghetto. I went through a lot physically, emotionally, spiritually, like everything, all the things I went through when I became a mother. And I just want to share those experiences. I want to build and create a community of mothers who feel the same way I do. We love motherhood. We love our children dearly. We love being mothers, but the shit is ghetto. Period. Like that's it. That is the only message that I'm trying to convey here. And hopefully I have or will build a community of mothers. And even if you're not a mother, if you're, planning on having kids, or you're a foster mother, or you inherited, the title of motherhood, if you're a caregiver looking out for your younger sibling, like anything like that, all of it, if you're playing that part of, that maternal role, that mother role, then this podcast, I feel, is for you. So, with that being said, and also too, don't come for me because I don't have a catchy jingle yet in the beginning or the end. I will, I promise. But I just wanted to get this first episode out there because starting this podcast has really been on my heart lately. I think about it all the time. Like I sometimes I go to sleep thinking about it, and I really feel like I was, I'm being drawn to this to start this podcast. So this is it. This is the first episode. And like I said, follow me on Instagram, Moherhood_is Ghetto. I will post it in the show notes so that way you can go to it. Follow me. I will post little clips and stuff of the podcast on there too, so that way you guys can watch the full episodes once I or watch or listen, because I'm trying this visual and audio thing, see how it goes, since the land of social media is all about video content now. So I'm recording this video content and also recording the audio, so we're gonna see how it goes. I'm just kind of like jumping off in the deep end with this podcast stuff. So I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. I hope to see you back for episode 2. And yeah, motherhood is ghetto. All right, until next time.